Welcome to the Grapefully Yours Wine Show. I'm Jim Campanini, the co-host with Mike Pigeon, the wine butler. Mike, how are you today?
Fine, very good. My man McElroy won the big tournament yesterday. I'm feeling better.
Yeah, I heard you were jumping up and down off your chair.
That was tight.
And,
that was tight.
Rory missed a couple of putts that could have sealed it, but then he came back and made a great shot on, was it 15? He curled it around the trees. And
that'll last me for the year.
Justin Rose, what a competitor he is.
What you think they drank one of these celebratory wines after the tournament?
I hope they were drinking champagne after.
They could have been drinking this pretty close.
From Northern Ireland, he was probably drinking a lot of Guinness, I would think. You know, a lot of Guinness. That's a Guinness crowd.
Yeah,
you know, Northern Ireland.
Looked like more like a could have been.
You know, but it was a great tournament. It's always great theater.
Great theater.
You know, 4 days of that. From the very beginning, the place was beautiful. They got great weather too. No rain this year. Those azaleas look beautiful.
Very nice. Very nice.
And it's amazing now that he becomes only one of 6 golfers in history to win the Grand Slam.
Yeah, the first one was 1935. That's how far back it goes. Yeah, Gene Sarazen, I think it was 35.
Gene Saraceni, a nice Italian guy. Gene Saracen. Yeah, you didn't know that he was Italian?
I thought it was Sarantowski.
No, Saraceni. He changed it to Saracen because it would look better on his golf equipment, you know. So, all right. So we got a special show. We've been talking about this surge in white wines.
And where are we coming from today? Where are we coming from?
Oh, I'm sorry. We're coming from the InsideLowell studios. Yeah. Teddy Panos, our producer in the corner. How you doing, Teddy, today?
Great, guys.
Okay. This InsideLowell podcast is coming to you from the WellPoint Studios. WellPoint, the only health plan offering healthcare benefits exclusively to Massachusetts GIC members. At WellPoint, your whole health is their whole point. So, yes, we mentioned before about how white wines, we talked a little with Mark Gillardo, who's on the Master Sommelier, who's on a show about the surge in white wines across the world, and they've overtaken red wines, and you know, especially at this time of year, spring, summer, you know, people start going outside. They want something to sip. They want a chilled wine. So Sauvignon Blanc, believe it or not, while most wine consumption is down overall, okay, Sauvignon Blanc sales in the United States are going up. They're trending upward. And the same is true for all over the world. Now, the big regions for Sauvignon Blanc across the world, where's the hot spot for Sauvignon Blanc?
Well, I know I'll guess wrong, but I would think New Zealand.
New Zealand, Mike. New Zealand. You did not guess wrong. Yeah. New Zealand is, in you know, an island nation. There's 2 parts, and it's right there by it's got the coastal winds, the sea, the soils, some volcanic limestone. It creates that minerality. And they get the breezes at night to you know, Antarctica and that really cool off the heat. It can get really warm there, but you'd be surprised that at night that those diurnal temperature swings cool off those vineyards and stuff, you know, make those grapes mature so they don't overheat, they don't grow too rapidly, you know. So it's quite a spot. Certainly France, the Loire Valley, where they make Sancerre. Sancerre is a place, region, a small region in the Loire Valley, and also a wine, that's Sauvignon Blanc. Once again, it's distinctive because of the minerality. The Commingian Ridge comes from the Dover Cliffs in England, underneath the Atlantic, and comes up in the Loire Valley. Okay, so that's interesting. Now, California's made some great Sauvignon Blancs. With the climate and in California and awfully close to the coast where they have the coastal vineyards and stuff. So California's gotten very good. The big thing now with Sauvignon Blancs, palates change, and it's known as a crisp, clean wine, but it can be somewhat acidic.
Very,
it's
yeah.
high in acidity. So some wineries and winemakers have tried to soften that and change. They're changing the textures. Most Sauvignon Blancs, 99% of them see stainless steel fermentation. Okay,
No
but what
oak.
they're doing now, they're letting the must, the juice, the wine stay a little longer on the skins, grape skins, after they crush them. And what does that do? It gives them a little more extract, but it also picks up the what little tannins there are in the white grape and other things that soften the texture, you know. So and even when they put that, they let the lees, they put it on that, you know, the juice, the debris, the yeast goes down to the bottom of the tanks. They let it stay on there. The juice stays on there for a little extra longer fermentation and stuff. And what it does add some characteristics and changes that texture just a little, just a touch, make it a little creamier, you know. So we got 3 wines here. You can see we got 1, number 2, and 3. I've covered up the labels. We're going to try these on the wine butler, okay? And I will also, you know, try them. And one of these wines is open. I had this first one. Yes, I wanted to try it. I tried it during the golf matches. Mary Lee made the nice baked stuffed clams, all from scratch. Okay. Oh, they were delicious. And then what better to have it with the Sauvignon Blanc? Sauvignon Blanc is great for raw shellfish, fish appetizers, fish dinners. It's a good Lenten wine, okay? And the question is finding that right one to suit your taste and palates, okay? So we're going to try. Any questions first, Mike?
No, let the tasting begin.
Did you want to wet your whistle there with a little water? Did you want to try a
No,
little?
I'm fine. I'm fine right
sure?
now. Yeah, that'll be
And
in between.
Mike has a little lemon biscuit. Once again, courtesy of the wine garnish. A nice. These are Italian lemon biscuits. Okay, and because we'll get some of those textures and tastes from the
They
Sauvignon
smell
Blanc.
pretty, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. They are. Okay, so we're gonna try this first one.
They're good inside.
Okay.
Yeah, they are good.
Number 1. We'll reveal after. There's a little. Look at how clear that is. Almost transparent in the glass. You know, and that's the color of most. But this is, look at that. Isn't that's almost clear?
It's almost clear. You wouldn't know what it was until you shook it, and you can tell there's alcohol in there because it's thinner. But yeah, it's almost total.
What about the fragrance? I can smell it from here. I can smell it just raising up to my chest.
See, I bet if we tasted all 3, you're going to get the same response from me. So grapefruity, though. If you love grapefruit, that's fine.
But the question is, how intense is the fragrance? Can you smell it from here? Yeah.
Yes.
I can smell it from my stomach almost. Bring it up, it gets more intense, fragrant. Oh wow! A lot of grapefruit.
Tremendous amount. It's like having a drink. And I love, I can't drink grapefruit juice, but I love it. I love grapefruit, but I don't think the other 2 can be any more strong or grapefruitish than this one.
No, how can you say that? We're gonna try it.
I know, but this is
the other thing is,
you said down there you can still smell that grapefruit.
But what is the second the other fragrance that comes from it, and even the taste? And you used to do this around my house all the time, you know, before I retired you, okay? Because you couldn't keep your lines straight anymore.
You know, I have
Newly cut grass. Smells of grass.
You think? I'm going back to the biscotti.
Mm. Mm. Wow. Just let that rest on the tongue. Yes. 100% grapefruit is the lead characteristic.
Yep.
Very it's acidic, but it's got some balance, you know. But yeah, it's penetrating, and it could be a little, makes you
Yum.
just
Just a little. It doesn't make you pucker that much, but it's like I said, Jim. It's to me, it's 100. You might pick up a little grass in there. To me, it's almost like 92% grapefruit taste.
But there's no doubt about it. It's a Sauvignon Blanc.
Yeah, no doubt about that at all.
So one thing about New Zealand, they've created some great Sauvignon Blancs through the years, and the prices, as they've gotten more exposure in the world market, have gone up. But you could still get good Sauvignon Blancs. From $12 to $15. Then you go into a next tier, 15 to 25. I mean, Kim Crawford used to be one of my special brands. Kim Crawford from New Zealand, and I remember that one time being a $15 wine. Then Kim Crawford and his wife, they sold it to a big conglomerate. I think it was Constellation Brands. Then they started a new enterprise, Love Block. It now sells for about $20 to $23 range. It's a very good wine. Mm-hmm. And Sarah Jessica Parker has a good Sauvignon Blanc in Vivo. Costs about $17 a bottle. It's been rated very highly. It's made the Wine Spectre's top 100 list and stuff. So it's a lot of good Sauvignon Blancs up there. Like I said, the question is trying them and finding out what you like. So here's our first one. Okay, what would you give it for a rating?
Well, you like
out of 10 points, 10. What would you say?
Well, for Sauvignon Blanc, I'd probably give it an 8.5.
8.5. Mikey says 8.5. Beautiful.
No.
Off the dive board, 8.5.
8.5.
I think it's very characteristic. You want a little water?
Just a tad. I love that biscotti.
Yeah,
I didn't want you to get in there. That
lemon
is
flavors
wow.
in there.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh, that is so good.
So I'm gonna just do this. It's nice sparkling water. Okay, so now we got number two. Number two. And look at the nice green tint on the bottle, because that's how Sauvignon Blanc usually is. It's got a little golden green hue in it. Pale yellow gold. And okay, so we're gonna try this. See if the color's different in the glass.
Exact same color to me.
Exact same color, Mike says.
Exact same. It's Sauvignon Blanc. It's got to be close. So,
yeah, it does look pretty clear.
Yes,
It's
just
pretty
that.
clear.
Just a light tint. It's like the other one. It's the same thing.
I can't smell it from here.
No, it's much more reserved. Much more reserved.
I get a faint hint of it here, not as intense.
No, not by any means.
Put my nose in it.
Now it comes up lightly with your nose in there, a light grapefruit. So we should look. We should look for something else in here.
But it's almost like pineapple. There's more. There's a pineapple to it, like a passion fruit. It's not as. I didn't taste it yet, but I'm still going through the aromas. It's not as intense grapefruit. It's almost like pineapple.
Right. So it fits my taste a little bit more. It's a little more like slippery or oily, like I shouldn't use it.
The texture.
Yeah, the texture is smoother, and it's not so grapefruity, so it doesn't get up in there so much. And
it's still got that crisp acidity, but you're right. It's got a different feel,
Total different
texture
feel.
on the palate.
Because it's not overwhelmed with the grapefruit. It's
Yeah,
not
yeah. So this one was a little more acidic.
Yeah.
This one is a little
smooth.
dials it back just
Yes,
a little
more than a
a
little.
little more of that pineapple than grapefruit. It's a mixture there. Okay, not as intensely fragrant at all.
No. But it's a very
It's
pleasant
smooth.
drink. Yes.
Nice and smooth, pleasant, refreshing. Okay.
But see, if you were one that liked that strong grapefruit taste in a Sauvignon Blanc, you'd like the first one better than the second one. But to me, that just wants to enjoy a nice glass of wine that happens to be a Sauvignon Blanc,
Yeah.
I'll go with the second
And
one.
that's the thing. Why there's acidity in wine. I mean, the higher acidity, even in red wines, cuts through sauces, the food. It goes. You got to have balance. You got to have the alcohol. You've got to have the balanced acidity. That's what makes them so good with food. If they're out of proportion, everything's going to go south on your palate.
Yes.
So if I were to judge just right now what I've tasted, I mean, they're probably all good with food and everything. This one would be like a lobster sauce, and a big. You could even have pasta, the shrimp, the marinara sauce or white cream sauce. This seems like a little more food wine. Not that this would go a little more textural food, I would think right now, but or just sipping by the pool because it's got that nice creaminess, that texture, So, I mean, it's up to everybody what they like, but we'll see what it is later on the price. Now here's our third wine. Okay. This looks a little golden,
Could be the glass. Let's see what it looks like. Let's see what it looks like when you pour it here.
Yeah, it's got a little more color.
Just a tad more than the other
It's got a
two.
little color.
The other two are
can
kind of
see
the
it right
same.
away.
This is just
Yeah, the others are really transparent and pale white. This has got a little, just a slight pale gold hue to it. Okay, when I bring it up to my chin, I could smell it. It's not as intense as the first. It's got a little more fragrance smell than the second. Put my nose into it. Now what are we gonna say?
the first one that I thought had so much grapefruit. It was like an honest grapefruit. For some reason, this tastes like an old grapefruit or something. It just doesn't come through as a true meaning of it.
This almost tastes like
halfway.
A Sauvignon Chardonnay blend.
Yes, yeah. Even though the other one was too strong grapefruit for me, the first one, I still would take that over this third one because it's an honest grapefruit taste. This one here is kind of half. Didn't know where they were. The
And it's got a little. It's got a distinctive green herbal taste at the end.
Yes, very well put. Yeah.
It's not bitter. It's still got that crispiness on the front, but if it's not like a traditional Sauvignon Blanc.
No.
It's got a definite distinctive taste of its own there.
Yeah. Mary Lee's biscotti will pull it through, but other than that, these are great. These lemon. Yeah, but I'd pass. I'd even go overly grapefruit to me. But if you love grapefruit, and that's the one to go with. But I still pick that one over this one here. Yeah, this one here, too much of a compromise the winemaker made or something for the vintner. Their interpretation. But I'll go with the number 2 wine first.
Well, like I said, to each his own. But I think you're right. I think you're exactly right. It's something like a Sauvignon Blanc where you have to acquire a taste to it. You know, a couple of sips after and tasting it. If you don't like the big grapefruit and acidic thing, this might be a choice. I got to check if this is 100% Sauvignon Blanc or it's a little blend in there, because
I'd say it's 100% Sauvignon Blanc. The winemaker just went that way with their interpretation of a.
Okay, of these three, which one would you prefer?
Oh, by far number two. Number two, followed by number one. Even though it's too grapefruitish for me, it still has a more honest taste than number three.
Yeah,
I'd go for.
I can just tell you that number one yesterday. You know, you're sitting down, you're watching the Masters. You got that nice baked stuffed clam, okay, in front of you, and it tasted great. But I was into my second glass, and you know when you get that that first glass of a grapefruit crispiness, you know, wow, it just refreshes, makes you think of summer, sunny skies and being outdoors and stuff. But Sauvignon Blanc is tough for me to drink 2 glasses. It really is.
Yes.
It just gets very acidic. And I know some people love it, and I love it too. I love it with I could sit outside in the pergola on a sunny day. You know, you come by for a free glass of wine.
One is fine.
Normally do, you know, and if you bring something nice to eat, which you usually do, you know, it's great. You got to be in the mood. I can see why people love it, adore it. It's a great wine.
You know.
But I tell you, this number 2 is my type.
That's me too.
You know, it's not as it even though it's probably the same alcohol content. We'll see, and the acidic level is about the same. It's got a different texture, and it's not as grapefruity. It's almost like a passion fruit blend or something, you know. So good. Number 3. Number 3, I gotta have the wine goddess taste that, because I think that might go better with some like the baked cod or.
But would you pass on it if you went to the market again and you wanted to pick up a Sauvignon Blanc? You probably wouldn't purchase this third one after tasting it. You'd go for one or the other. You'd find a favorite somewhere.
Yeah, you're right. But salmon with a different taste. But no, you're right. It comes down to 1 or 2. Okay, so you ready for the big reveal?
Sure.
Okay. So here's number 1. We know it's from New Zealand because it says right here, New Zealand.
What did you use? Duct tape on that or something?
No, okay. No, okay. What does it say? Can you read?
St. Clair.
St. Clair Family Estates.
Yeah.
Marlborough, okay, New Zealand, which is the big, Sauvignon Blanc region right along the coast. And this comes from Dillon's Point, which is an exceptional site for the St. Clair Family Estates. Okay.
I think that's on the Southern Island.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It is. It's on the Southern Island. And Mike and I, several weeks ago, we did our little expedition to Costco. I saw this. It had a pretty good rating, 91 points from a couple of I don't know if it was James Suckling who gave it 91 points. I said, hey, it's worth a try. But it was a little pricey. It was $21.89. Now, I'd pay that much for a good Sauvignon Blanc. It's almost in the Sancerre range, although you can't get a good Sancerre for less than $25 now. And that's what I was looking for. Something that could rival the French Sancerre from the Loire Valley, which is absolutely my favorite. Okay? Would you agree? You've had Sancerre. Sancerre. Okay, so what's what do they say about this? Well, okay, so Neil and Judy Ibbotson. Neil was a farm advisor. Okay, they bought a 30-acre farm in 1978 in Marlborough, and they were they were growing grapes at the time and just selling those grapes to wine producers. Well, by 1994, they said, we think we could make, our grapes are so good and they're in demand, everybody wants them. Let's start making our own wine. They built a winery, and by 1994, they found their own winery and started producing their own wine. Now, if you go on their website, St. Clair is known for Sauvignon Blanc. They must have 10 different versions of Sauvignon Blanc, but the top one that sells at premium prices is their Origin Series Sauvignon Blanc, okay? And it comes from the select grapes from the top grapes from their vineyards. They've got about 5 or 6 different vineyards, and they make incredible Sauvignon Blanc, because if you look at all the awards that they've won, they're really world-renowned and stuff. They started importing the Origin Series Sauvignon Blanc to the U.S. in 2018. That's how this showed up at Costco. Now, we talked about the great intensity of that grapefruit, right? Well, it says this is from the winemaker, whose name is Jara Pryor. His notes: the coastal region of Dillon's Point is a site known for delivering a full spectrum of intense, layered flavors. Guava, pineapple, and fresh green cut grass. Okay, he said, and there's green bell pepper on the taste, along with the grapefruit. I'm sorry, the guava pineapple was, he's talking about the aromas in the glass. So that's from our New Zealand, okay, New Zealand market. That was number 1, and that's the St. Clair. Recognized wine producer, specifically in Sauvignon Blanc. They also create some other bottlings. They have, I believe, they have a Pinot Noir too down there. So, okay, that's number 1.
This is the one we like.
This is number 2. This is the one we like, and that one costs $21.89. Here's number 2. Okay, I'm gonna give this to Mike.
Kirkland, your brand. You always speak so highly of Marlborough. Yeah, and this is all the Sauvignon Blanc grape. It's, I bet. Yeah.
See on the back, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the Kirkland Signature brand,
Excellent.
which is produced, by Costco. But like we mentioned before about Costco wines, they have their own winery in New Zealand and other countries where they produce wines, and then they ship them to the U.S. And what they do is they use or they hire local winemakers. So people who know what they're doing, who've worked with the grapes before, to do this. So this one is 12.5% alcohol. I just want to see what this one is. I think this one was a little higher. %13 alcohol in this first one. So this is the 2023 Sauvignon Blanc. This is fresh as the day. This is a 2024. This is the 2023, and I think it says here on the bottle, the Kirkland Signature Sauvignon Blanc from Marlborough, New Zealand, has tropical fruit flavors, vibrant lemon lime citrus notes, and crisp acidity. I'd go along with that, I guess, Now, the difference is this sells for $9.99. This sells for $21.
Oh,
okay.
Geez.
So the difference, the $12 difference, I think your Kirkland brand is the one.
Yeah,
is
for
the
me.
winner here.
For me, yeah.
At least for me too. I mean, you're looking for a high end, a premium. You might go with the Dillon's Point. If you really like that overwhelming grapefruit, crispy acidic taste. This one, like I said, not as fragrant, but you've got that, the texture is a little, as Mike said, oily. I say a little, it's not creamy, but it's tender that way.
Yeah, I hate to
Yeah.
use the term oily. It
No,
sounds,
but that's not
that
bad.
nice.
Yes, it
Yeah.
flows. It's not as that crispy.
Viscosity is a little thicker.
Yes,
just
it's
nice,
it's
Yeah,
nice.
yeah.
So that's the Kirkland brand. Okay, $9.99. Now let's see what number 3 is. This is the one. It had a different taste. You had to get a little used to it, acquire a little taste for it. And I've never had this before. I purchased it. Prior to Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Prior to Christmas. Okay, and I wanted to give it a shot. What does that say?
No wonder it's sour. Trump.
The Trump Winery in Virginia.
Oh,
Now, this is the 2022.
no, that's made in Virginia.
That's made in Virginia.
Now, I heard that they're putting quite a bit of tariff on the wine coming up from Virginia to Massachusetts, so that's even
They
going to
probably
get
will.
higher.
So that's the Trump Winery, and which we've mentioned before on this show. Jonathan Wheeler is the winemaker there. He's won a lot of gold and silver medals competition. California. This wine has won several awards.
It has?
Yes, and in his Cabernet and the Chardonnay from Trump Winery is very, very good. And as I've mentioned before, Trump, his son, I think it's is it
Donald.
Don, yeah, Donald. No, Eric. Eric is the president now of Trump Winery, and when Trump bought the winery, it was in distress. The woman who owned it at the time, her husband had died, but they were the original owners of it. They had a like a B&B hotel right on the ground. So it's beautiful. It's in Charlottesville. I've been there. We didn't go inside. We went past it, but beautiful place. And all Trump said when he bought the place, he says, no one's going to lose their job. I want the winemaker to stay. He says, you're just going to change the name on everything, right? And that's what they did. I think the original name was 𝐁𝐿𝐽. 𝐁𝐿𝐽. It began with K, and it'd been in the family for a long time and stuff. So he kept the winery alive, and now he's just added so much. It's a resort hotel, equestrian. You can go there, ride. There's a lot of activities, recreation activities, but it's quite a place. In their winery, does a pretty good job. And the other thing is, Virginia winemakers are getting on the map. They're doing more and more and getting better at winemaking. Certainly, climate change has helped out, but it's like where Finger Lakes might have been 20, 30 years ago. No one really knew about it, heard about it. Now I think Virginia is like the volume. It's in the top 10 of the, all 50 states produce wine, but Virginia now is in the top 10 for wine production. The big three are California, Washington State, Oregon, then comes New York State. They're right up there, but Virginia is rapidly getting better. So those are our Sauvignon Blancs. And this wine, I paid it $22 for it at the time. But the new one, the new Sauvignon Blanc, I just saw it on the website. The 24 is a new release. They're getting $30 a bottle for it. Okay, so once again, different tastes, different textures, and I guess if you like Sauvignon Blanc, You find which one.
You find which one is yours.
Yeah,
That's it.
which one meets your palate. Try it with different foods and stuff. Like I said, there are some great Sauvignon Blancs out there. New Zealand certainly has risen to the top, but California is not far behind. The California wine producers have been cranking it out for the last 10 years and getting better and better at it. And you've got some basically affordable, a lot affordable. I mean, Josh makes a Sauvignon Blanc, Duckhorn, and those are just two. I mean, there's you go to the store, you check them out. The best thing is when they have the little wine tastings at the store, taste them. If you like a bottle, try one, take it home. And if you don't have a Costco card or membership, you should. Because Costco brings in some great wine, and the Kirkland brands, like I said, yeah, they're made right in the region by the winemakers who know the grapes, and it's not like Kirkland is just farming it out and just making wine on spec. They're not. They're really. They really do a good job on turning out their wines, and there's some great deals. Matter of fact, the Pinot Grigio that we bought that day, remember?
You bought it, yeah.
Oh, you didn't buy it?
No, I think
thought
I
you
bought a bottle. I
you
haven't
said
drank
you
it yet. I
yeah,
took it
'cause
home.
you
I
wanted
have it in my
Judy to
rack.
try it.
That's right.
Yeah.
We haven't opened it yet.
$4.99.
I know it. I got to open it. How
Mary Lee and I had it because
Yeah.
she likes the Pinot Grigio, and she tried it,
Yeah.
and she said, she says drinkable. It was like drinking water, But for $4.99, And I remember the woman who was she was filling up her shopping cart.
Oh yeah, she
Her
took
and her husband.
bottles of that.
They bought a case of it. And said, "Oh, we had this last year. It's great drinking wine at the end of the day." And she bought a case of it. I mean, at $4.99. So for $60, you get a case of wine that's going to last you for most of the spring and summer. And
My wife had it last a week and a half.
so and also, they have a great prosecco up there. So yeah. So Sauvignon Blanc, great wine, great white wine. It's great for for sitting on the patio by the pool, having appetizers. It's a good summer wine, and right now it's very popular. So give it a shot. Any closing thoughts, Mike?
No, that was a good tasting day.
Okay,
I was
now-
sticking with my number 2 there.
I got a surprise for you. Clean out your glass. I got a little
Okay.
surprise for you. Okay. I know, our northern neighbors, Canada, they've been taking a lot of heat lately. And some people making fun of them, the 51st state. But you know what? The Canadian hockey team beat us, right? You all right?
The wine is fine. It's the water. Excuse me. I swallowed wrong. That can happen. I'm glad I'm not on national.
When I go down to Florida in February, I play golf with a couple of nice Canadians. They're from Ottawa and Toronto, and very, very nice people. I got nothing against the Canadians, and if there's a problem with tariffs, I think they're going to be willing to straighten it out. But they're good people, and they're good allies and stuff. So one of my favorite wines, okay, this is a gold medal ice wine, okay, from Canada, okay. This is from the Rife Estate Winery, Grand Reserve, and it's made from Cabernet Sauvignon ice wine. Okay, who would think they could even grow Cabernet grapes up in Canada? But there are certain parts, warm weather. Naturally, they make ice wine out of it because probably the Cabernet grapes don't fully mature. There's just not enough sunshine or warmth.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
But this is a spectacular wine. It's won all kinds of gold medals. It won the Grand Gold in the Verona, Italy competition. the All Canada Wine Championship Gold in Windsor, Canada, the World Wine Championship Gold, Chicago, USA, International Wine Challenge Gold, London, England, and the Intervine Gold in New York, USA.
What I want to know is, what does Guy Lafleur think of this wine?
So I'm just going to give you a taste because
It looks like a port. It looks like the color of port.
well, it's a dessert wine.
No,
It's
it's
sweet. But I want to have a toast. I know the Canadians are taking it on the chin. I want to have a toast to our neighbors up north. You know,
I love
whether
them.
you think they've been exploiting us or not.
No,
They're good people, good country. You know,
we exploit every country. How can you get down
That's right.
on one country that
and
gets a little back?
you know, if they do become a 51st state or not, you know, I hope Canada remains the same. Is that unbelievable?
Prune juice.
Oh,
A little bit.
very,
of prune.
very, very good, Mike.
Yep.
That's a dominant fig prune.
Big prune. Yep.
Very, very nice, sweet. This will be good for your almond biscotti.
Reminds me of your port a little bit. It doesn't have the richness of the port, but that's a nice little wine.
A lot of nut flavors in there, and nutty and fruity. But you're right, prune, fig,
Fig and fig.
yeah,
Fig and prune.
and
yeah.
nutty,
Nuts.
like nut. Oh, unbelievable! So that's our toast to the day, Old Canada.
Oh,
We'll see you next week. And a lot of French Canadians do Lowell, right?
I hope so. They're all over. My father was from Quebec.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Well, as we sign off, why don't you sing the anthem? For
We'll have no more viewers next week. I can't do that. Gee.
Okay. Until we see you next week, may the wine be
Be
with
with
you.
you.